Okay, today we're going to talk about drawing and shading. And what you would need first is your sketchbook. I have a 11 by 14 size sketchbook. I like to use these type of erasers, and now they come in pencil caps, which are nice to use as you're shading. And this eraser I got from Creative Memories, which is a scrapbook company, and it's a pickup eraser. It gets pretty much everything off your page that you don't want there anymore. You need a nice good sharpener, some scissors to cut some of your erasers so you can have a sharp edge on it as you're erasing out some of your shading, so you can make some details. You need different lead types to shade. So we're going to start talking about it. What you do first is you draw out whatever you're going to draw. You sketch it out and get it to where you want your picture to be. I kind of get an outline of how I want my picture to look. And then as you start to shade, what I do is I black out the areas I'm shading because I'm going to do a lot of erasing. So I'm drawing a dragon, and this is his horn. So what I start doing after I color it in, these are some of the things we're going to go over, these little shapes here. So I color it in as dark as I need it to be, trying to get rid of all the white areas in that section that I'm working on. And I only do sections. I don't try to look at the whole picture because it will only overwhelm you, as I like to say. So I got my areas colored in, and what I do to make horns look like horns is I erase out. I want to lighten it now. Yes, it seems kind of pointless to sit there and color it all in to erase it all out. But as you're shading, you want to do this. It helps give it character. It helps give it the shape you need. And it makes it easier on you. Instead of sitting there shading every little piece, you're darkening it and the eraser helps shade it. So there, I'm almost done erasing this out. Then I want to make some little, because you know, all dragons have scales, kind of like dinosaurs is how I think of them. So I want to erase out little circles. So now I'm going to take my pointed edge. I think I'm going to grab this new one over here. And I'm going to erase out these. And it starts to look cool as you do more of them. And then I'll show you how to make it more in depth, more to where it pops out at you. And then I'm gonna, since I colored these in, I'm gonna erase this out. I like to keep my sharp erasers sharp as long as I can, so that's why I'm switching to my flat one, back to the flat one that I've used for a while. I want to leave a line, a darker line in between each shade that I make, because that's going to help me shade it some more. Then I have this area that's going to kind of look like that. So you want to color that in too. And then you erase that out. You don't need a sharp eraser for this. I'm going to erase all them areas out. And you have that. Then I drew some teeth over here, and I kind of gave him a socket to put his teeth in. And you color all that in. You're going to erase them out. Don't erase hard on these ones. You want some of that to stay there. Kind of smudge it out, I guess you could say. And then I have this over here. Now this I kind of want to make like this kind of shape out of it, okay? So what I'm going to do is erase out shapes like that. leaving a triangle or a dark area on the top part of it. So when I go to shade, I can make that look more like a shape, almost like a half a triangle. All right, so now I'm gonna go back through and draw in my lines. You can even rub in to get rid of your eraser marks. If you need to erase more, you can. But as you're shading, you kind of want to do circular little movements on the edges to kind of round out the edge, which will make it look more 3D when you do that. And then you can rub a little bit, erase where you need to. I like to find a darker colored pencil that will outline my edges a little better to make them pop. So I kind of bring the shape back to its original way that I wanted it. And I circle around the edges to kind of soften the edges up. Trying to get rid of the eraser effect. And you just got to play with it to get it to how you want it, how it needs to look for you. So I'm doing this to all my areas. To give them a finer edge. And once you have more of this on here, it'll start to look better. And we're gonna do these. You want to put more dark area towards the top part of these horns, because you wanted to give it to the effect that it's round and not flat. Give it a little shade like the light's hitting it from here. And this is your darker area because how the light will hit it. Then you darken in your lines in between. Try not to make them so thick. Keep them a little bit thinner. Kind of round them up and out to keep the horns looking round instead of flat. Okay, so you keep continuing with that. I'm going to move on. So this is where you're going to try not to make this line so thick. This is where you're going to make these little scales pop out like so. You can kind of rub them in a little bit. Make sure these darker areas are as dark as you can get them to make it pop. And you just keep going with that all the way around as far as you want it to go. And you could add other embellishments to go with your dragon. I take probably about 5 or 6 different pictures or images and combined it into one dragon to make it my own. And that's about how you would do some of these areas. I do have one that is finished, and this should be your finished piece. Hope you enjoyed my video. I hope it helps you. You can comment and I can answer questions if you need me to. Thank you for watching.